Podcasting to the universe.
From the top of Mount Wack.
Live with no pants.
Here's Zach DaWack.
Greetings, red-blooded, verified Earth people, and those with no check mark. It is me, Zach DaWack, your part-time podcasting pronounsticator and full-time weenie head. This is the often outrageous, never-ever contagious DaWack in the Morning extravaganza. Good morning, fellow wackadoodles. Welcome to the one and only Nobaloney, extra large and turbocharged DaWack in the Morning show, live from the Nut Hut studio at a nondescript location way down deep under the street. Today is August the 30th, 2024. Let's take a look at the birthday list, shall we? Singer BB Rexa is 35.
Happy birthday!
Pop singer, songwriter Rich Cronin of LFO is 50.
New kids on the block, had a bunch of hits. Chinese food makes me sick.
CBS TV personality Lisa Ling is 51. Cameron Diaz is 52.
Is that a hair gel?
Michael Chiklis from the Fantastic Four and The Shield is 61. And Martin Jackson, born in Manchester, England, the drummer for Swing Out Sister, is 66. Mick Moody, former guitarist for Juicy Lucy and Whitesnake, is 74. Comedian Lewis Black is 76. And coming in at 94 years young today is Warren Buffett.
It happened on this day as if you cared.
In 1963, a hotline between U.S. and Soviet leaders went into operation. In 1967, Thurgood Marshall was confirmed as the first African-American justice of the United States Supreme Court. In 1984, the Space Shuttle Discovery took off on its maiden voyage.
T-minus 31 seconds. We have a go for auto sequence start. Discovery's 4 computers now have primary control of critical vehicle functions. T-minus 20 seconds and counting. T-minus 15. T-minus 11. 10. We have a go for main engine start. 6. We have main engine start. 3, 2, 1. We have SRB ignition and we have liftoff. Liftoff of mission 41D, the first flight of the orbiter Discovery, and the shuttle has cleared the tower.
In 1993, the first episode of The Late Show with David Letterman aired on CBS following Letterman's move from NBC. In 2001, 2 killers who planned to marry in England's Broadmoor prison called off their wedding after finding out how just evil each other was. Lifers Sharon Carr and Robbie Lane, who had already bought gold rings, were stunned when they read a newspaper report describing their killings. A nurse said they stormed out of the room and wouldn't even talk to each other. In 2005, the 17th Street Canal in New Orleans was breached during Hurricane Katrina, leading to massive flooding and destruction. In 2007, in Florida, a child's grenade-shaped belt buckle caused a lengthy delay for passengers who were trying to leave a Royal Caribbean cruise ship. Thousands of cruise passengers aboard the Freedom of the Seas vessel waited several hours as a Miami-Dade police bomb squad investigated the scene. Transportation Security Administrator workers spotted the belt buckle while screening a suitcase that was loaded off the ship. In 2015, at the MTV Video Music Awards, Kanye West announced that he will run for president in 2020.
I have decided in 2020 to run for president.
In 2019, the outlook for the Great Barrier Reef was downgraded to very poor. In 2021, China restricted online gaming for under 18s to 1 hour on Fridays, weekends, and holidays. And in 2022, NASA and the European Space Agency published images that show the inner workings of the Messier 74, also known as the Phantom Galaxy. The images were produced using both the James Webb Telescope and Hubble Space Telescope to complement each other to provide a comprehensive view of the galaxy. The Phantom Galaxy, located in the constellation Pisces, is roughly 32 million light years from Earth in a direct line. Special events for today. It is Whale Shark Day. It's Beach Day. It's Grief Awareness Day. Holistic Pet Day. National College Colors Day. It's Frankenstein Day. And get your glasses and corkscrews ready as we celebrate one of the world's best wines, the Cabernet Sauvignon Day. And it's also Slinky Day. Today marks Slinky's 79th anniversary. Let's remember this much-loved retro toy.
Slinky, it's Slinky. For fun, it's a wonderful toy. It's Slinky, it's fun for a girl and a boy.
And it's Turkey Victory Day. It's the country, not the animal. And one more, it's National Toasted Marshmallow Day. All right, let's take a little look in music history. In 1935, Papa John Phillips, leader of the Mamas and the Papas, is born in Parris Island, South Carolina, raised in Alexandria, Virginia. He's the primary writer in the group, penning hits like Monday, Monday.
Monday, Monday, so good to me.
And California Dreamin'. He also co-wrote the Beach Boys hit Kokomo. He passed away in 2001. In 1975, the disco-rific Get Down Tonight by KC and the Sunshine Band goes to number 1 in America, the first of 5 chart toppers for the group. In 1988, Danzig, fronted by former Misfits lead singer Glenn Danzig, releases their self-titled debut album produced by Rick Rubin. The song Mother becomes a minor hit when it's re-released 5 years later.
Mother, tell your children not to look my way.
In 1993, Billy Joel is the first musical guest on David Letterman's first show after moving to CBS. In 1996, Liam Gallagher flies to America to rejoin Oasis bandmates on the What's the Story Morning Glory tour. The band played the first 4 shows with brother Noel taking vocal duties after the capricious singer watched their MTV Unplugged performance from the Wings, claiming to be suffering from a throat infection.
Notorious, they got to know that life ain't always what it seems.
In 1997, after 11 weeks on top, I'll Be Missing You, a tribute to the Notorious B.I.G. by his producer label boss Puff Daddy, cedes the top spot to Mo Money, Mo Problems, a single by the Notorious B.I.G. featuring Puff. In 2005, Rihanna, at 17, releases her first album, Music of the Sun. The lead single is the hit Pondé Replay, which draws on her Bajan heritage with Caribbean rhythms. In 2015, Taylor Swift and Kanye West make peace when Swift presents him with the Video Vanguard Award at the VMAs, where West famously interrupted Swift 6 years earlier. The truce doesn't last. In February 2016, West raps I Made That Bitch Famous in his song Famous, invoking Swift's ire. In 2016, the Go-Go's complete their final tour, playing their last show at the Greek Theater in Los Angeles. In 2019, the band Tool released Fear Inoculum, their 5th studio album and first in 13 years. Their previous album was 10,000 Days in 2006. In 2020, Lady Gaga is the big winner at the MTV Video Music Awards, taking Artist of the Year, Song of the Year, her Ariana Grande collaboration Rain on Me, and the Triton Award, formerly the Michael Jackson Video Vanguard Award. With the coronavirus lockdown still in place, 2 new categories are awarded. Best Music Video from Home, which is Stuck With You by Ariana Grande and Justin Bieber. And Best Quarantine Performance, CNCO Unplugged at Home.
Don't be a dickhead. Don't be a dickhead. In the morning, ZachDaWack.com.
A story about Yellowstone warns us that it's the home of the underground supervolcano that has the potential to wipe out all humanity. So now when it comes to Yellowstone, I feel a bit silly for worrying about bears. A South Carolina woman was reunited with her pet after its 11-year absence. The cat wasn't lost, it was just in the mood for company. Doctors found conclusive evidence that the appendix is both important and highly useful. Now, if they could just explain why I have hair on my toes. An 8-year-old student in an elementary school in Douglas, Georgia, admitted to bringing a loaded pistol magazine to school. Looks like show and tell in Georgia is getting more intense than a Quentin Tarantino movie. A scientific study shows that men are not as empathetic to their female partner as she is to him. In fact, the scientists have trouble finding enough men who even cared enough to take the survey. A study suggests that red meat is unhealthy. Is it just me, or do you crave a hamburger every time a new study about red meat comes out? A study found 6 or more friends can improve your health. I feel like having a dog counts as 1.5 friends, right? Researchers say reading to infants increases their brain's ability to process language skills when they eventually head to school. My parents never read to me, and yet I did okay in the first grade, all 3 years. It was 10 years ago this week that we learned about a secret Arby's menu item called the Meat Mountain, a sandwich piled high with chicken tenders, roast turkey, ham, Swiss cheese, corned beef, brisket, Angus steak, cheddar cheese, roast beef, and bacon. Yet was for busy people who only have time to eat once a week. Florida captured its first ever Little League World Series title. The kids get a trophy, and their bedtimes get moved from 9 to 9:30. Donald Trump is thinking about backing out of the September debate with Kamala Harris. Yeah, it's all-you-can-eat popcorn shrimp night at Mar-a-Lago. The U.S. Navy is facing an unexpected shortage of pants. And now every day in the Navy is Casual Friday. Research finds that those of us who include a dish of fish in our diet each week tend to see better. You see, fish sticks are a health food. A survey found that the average 8 to 12-year-old can name 8 brands of beer, but only 4 U.S. presidents. In other words, put pictures of presidents on beer cans and we'll have smarter 8 and 12-year-olds. Research found that chewing raw broccoli, and it has to be raw, not cooked, releases a good chemical that inhibits the oxidizing enzymes in our body that damage DNA and potentially cause cancer. It also inhibits getting a date because when you smile, you have bits of raw broccoli stuck in your teeth. Well, Botswana and the Lucara Diamond Corp announced the discovery of a massive 2,492-carat diamond, the second largest ever brought out of a mine. It appears to be the largest diamond found in over 100 years after the 3,106-carat Cullinan diamond found in South Africa in 1905, and beats out the previous second largest diamond, the Sewello diamond, which came in at 1,758 carats in 2019. According to a study at the University of Massachusetts, when we're making small talk with strangers, we tend to lie to each other about 3 times every 10 minutes. Our reasons for lying are many. We lie to address our own insecurities when meeting new people, and also because lying about ourselves is often easier than telling the truth. The old phrase, just being yourself, requires more creative effort than lying because it involves deciding which attributes to emphasize and which to minimize, which impulse to follow and which to ignore. According to research, 57% of meals in the U.S., both at home and away, are eaten alone. Breakfast is the loneliest meal of the day, with 60% of meals eaten in solitude. At least there's company for dinner. Diners eat alone for just 32% of evening meals. A recent study by Wallet Hub has named Florida the most fun state in the U.S., outpacing California and Nevada, which ranked second and third, respectively. The Sunshine State excels in several categories, ranking first per capita for both restaurants and amusement parks, as well as third in fitness centers. Florida also scored 5th for golf courses and performing arts theaters and 6th in movie theaters and casinos. The top 10 most fun states are Louisiana at number 10. Number 9 is Minnesota. Number 8, Washington. Number 7, Texas. Number 6, Illinois. Number 5, Colorado. Number 4, New York. Number 3, Nevada. Number 2, California. And number 1 was Florida. Well, just broken up with your ex of 5 years? The bad news is that you won't be fully over the breakup until January. A study into the psychological impact of rejection found that following a breakup, people take an average of 1 month to recover for every year spent in a relationship. While women are more likely to do the rejecting, 58% of women compared with 44% of men, they also take longer to overcome long-term heartbreak than their male counterparts. And 1 in 12 say they have never recovered from a romantic rejection. Manette Bail, a spirited 104-year-old from Suffolk in England, has just set a new record as the oldest skydiver. Over the weekend, Bail bravely leaped from a plane, defying age and gravity, and landed safely to cheers from her family and friends. Bail is now the oldest female tandem skydiver in the world. The oldest male tandem skydiver was Al Blaschke at the age of 106. The oldest solo skydiver was a 96-year-old man out of Seattle. Babe Ruth, the baseball legend, known for his iconic called shot during the 1932 World Series, continues to make history even after his time on the field. Recently, Ruth's jersey from the legendary game was sold at an astonishing $24 million, setting a new benchmark for sports memorabilia auctions. Humans have been searching for centuries for the secret to living longer, and the answer may be as simple as maintaining a positive state of mind. A study at a Boston university found that people who scored higher on an optimism assessment were more likely to live past the age of 85. Boy, I'm in trouble. Well, have you ever caught a whiff of that distinct, waxy scent of a Crayola crayon and instantly been transported back to your childhood? You're not alone, and now Crayola, the arts and crafts giant, has secured a trademark for the iconic smell of its crayons. The U.S. Patent and Trademark Office has officially recognized the signature aroma that has accompanied countless hours of coloring and creativity. Described as a slightly earthy soap with pungent leather-like clay undertones, the scent is undeniably synonymous with the brand itself. Recent research from Oregon State University revealed promising results regarding bicycle rolling stop laws that allow cyclists to treat stop signs as yield signs. The study, led by the transportation engineer professor David Hurwitz, showed that these laws do not promote unsafe behavior among riders or motorists, contrary to concerns that findings indicate that cyclists and drivers did not engage in risky behaviors when operating under the rolling stop legislation. A groundbreaking discovery by an international team of paleontologists has unveiled matching sets of early Cretaceous dinosaur footprints on opposite sides of the Atlantic Ocean. These 120-million-year-old footprints found in Brazil and Cameroon provide evidence of the last links between Africa and South America before the continents drifted apart. The footprints left by various dinosaur species were imprinted in ancient mud and sit along rivers and lakes, showcasing a time when the two continents were part of the same supercontinent, the Gondwana. As Africa and South America started to split, the geological connection in northeastern Brazil and Cameroon allowed dinosaurs to roam freely between the land masses. This extraordinary find not only sheds light on the ancient world of dinosaurs, but also highlights the geological processes that shaped the Earth's continents millions of years ago. Grafton Correctional Institution in Ohio recently treated nearly 60 guests to a lavish 5-course meal prepared by incarcerated individuals using fruits and vegetables from prison gardens. The event was hosted by Edwins, an organization teaching culinary arts in prisons nationwide. Diners indulged in dishes like beet salad, roasted salmon, and corn cake. The culinary courses not only hones cooking techniques, but also fosters community and teamwork among participants. With the goal of preparing individuals for successful re-entry into society, the program offers hope and opportunity for those looking to turn their lives around. Upon completion, graduates may seek employment at various Cleveland restaurants. Now, in a heart-pounding finish, Florida captured its first ever Little League World Series title with a 2-1 win over Taiwan in extra innings. The game was a true nail-biter, with Taiwan leading most of the way until Florida staged a stunning comeback to secure the victory. Taiwan delivered the first blow, scoring a run in the opening inning, but Florida's Hunter Alexander came through with a clutch leadoff bunt in the 8th inning to drive in the winning run. The chaotic play left Taiwan stunned and Florida jubilant. On Monday, Danny Jansen made MLB history by playing for both teams in the same game when the Boston Red Sox resumed a rain-delayed match against the Toronto Blue Jays. The game was suspended on June 26 during the second inning, with Jansen playing for Toronto at the time. A month later, Jansen was traded to the Red Sox, setting up this unique situation. When play resumed, Jansen was behind the plate for the Red Sox, while the Blue Jays had a pinch hitter in his place. And now, stupid news time. British police arrested a man who showed up for a job interview at a store he had stolen from 3 days earlier. As he applied for his job, he was recognized by the manager. A Jordanian man forced his wife to sit on the roof of their car and drove through the streets of the city to punish her after they had an argument. The woman fell and broke her arm, and the husband was arrested. A 9-year-old boy from Brooklyn, New York, was reported missing after he failed to show up at school on Thursday morning. His parents alerted the police, who shared his description, including the orange tie he was wearing. A helicopter crew from CBS News spotted the child on the rooftop of his building where he was playing on his iPad. Coffee County, Georgia authorities responded to a laundromat after reports of a man disrobing. Upon arrival, they found 55-year-old David Bennett with his shirt off and his shorts down, but he did not explain his actions. 5 deputies were needed to manage the situation, leading to Bennett's arrest. Tired of her missing mail problem, a Santa Barbara woman decided to take matters into her own hands by using a simple yet effective tactic, mailing herself an AirTag. These small tracking devices are typically used to locate lost items like luggage or wallets, but in this case, it helped solve a string of mail thefts. Upon realizing her mail was going missing, the woman discreetly attached an AirTag to a package and sent it to herself. When the AirTag alerted her to the location of her stolen mail, she contacted authorities. The suspects are a 27-year-old woman and a 37-year-old man. No more details do I have. A man in Brazil accidentally shot himself in the leg with a crossbow while chasing a wild animal that had been terrorizing his chickens. The man walked to a medical center with the arrow still in his leg, but he wasn't able to identify the wild animal that he shot at. A Van Nuys, California business selling self-defense weapons was targeted by burglars for the second time in a week. Thieves used a rock to shatter the glass door of the business early Monday. Sandy Snakenberg, a veteran known as San Diego's Bubble Man, has just received a citation for liquid littering in a park. Park rangers issued the ticket after complaints about the soap solution used for blowing bubbles was deemed harmful to the environment. Snakenberg, who has become a local fixture for his bubble-blowing art, expressed his frustration over the citation, claiming he was merely bringing joy to visitors. Back to the news. Beer can collectors will be in Little Rock, Arkansas this week, the 29th through 31st, for their annual convention. It's the world's largest gathering of beer can collectors. Yeah, and beer bellies. The latest data shows the universe is expanding way too fast. Yeah, aren't we all? According to a study, couples who smoke pot together are less violent and coherent. A study found that parents routinely think that their kid is a normal size when actually he has a serious weight problem. Yeah, if your kid can go down the aisle at Walmart without having to turn sideways, he's fine. Research found that losing weight improves brain function. For example, you no longer have to exhaust yourself when trying to remember all the places you keep your secret stashes of Snickers. A study found that people waiting for an event feel an increase in happiness. For example, a vacation. Well, until they realize the event comes with a TSA pat-down. A study found that using a slow internet connection increases your heart rate and stress levels. Yeah, that's no good, especially when you're trying to get to WebMD to look up the early warning signs of a heart attack. A study finds 85% of Americans agree that media is fundamental to democracy. Yeah, the other 15% think TikTok is. Researchers randomly assigned 60 people to either stick to their usual eating habits or switch to alternate day fasting with 12 hours of unrestricted food followed by 36 hours with no food. With alternate day fasting, people reduced weekly calories by 37% on average. According to a study, people really do just want to meet expectations. They don't actually want to exceed them. According to the study, if you want to get noticed for exceeding expectations, you're much better off if you make a promise and then keep it. In other words, don't keep giving and giving and giving and hope somebody notices. Instead, make a promise with your supervisor or team member and then keep your promise without going above and beyond. Don't stay late every night and hope somebody is keeping track. Pick a night, tell your boss, I'm going to finish the report this evening, and finish it. Calling all wing warriors and flavor fanatics, brace yourselves for an epic battle of taste, speed, and sauce-drenched triumph as the USA Chicken Wing Eating Championship makes its thunderous comeback at the prestigious National Buffalo Wing Festival on Sunday, September 1st near Buffalo, New York. The 2023 champion was Australian James Webb, who consumed 276 wings in 12 minutes. Joey Chestnut came in second last year with 240 wings, and Mickey Sudo with 231. I want to know where to go to sign up for that. I love me some chicken wings. Well, to the delight of grown-ups everywhere, a study a few years back proved what we suspected all along. Drinking alcohol can help us creatively solve problems. To test this, the authors gave the participants some bagels and a couple of vodka and cranberries, and then had them solve puzzles. Study participants were better at solving the puzzles after the cocktails. So next time you feel stuck in a problem, go ahead and have a cocktail. In a move to combat increasing media crackdowns, Venezuelan journalists are embracing artificial intelligence avatars to report the news. With President Nicolas Maduro's regime tightening its grip on press freedom, the journalists are using AI stand-ins to share crucial information while shielding themselves from scrutiny. The use of AI avatars allows reporters to broadcast news and report on the regime's actions while minimizing personal exposure to potential danger. A heart-pounding moment unfolded in Texas when a police officer showcased extraordinary bravery in handling an unexpected visitor. Lieutenant Bill Henry of the Fauquier Police Department was called to a residence where an alligator had wandered onto a family's front porch. Equipped with a catch pole, Lieutenant Henry quickly understood that the gator was small enough to be managed without it. Taking matters into his own hands, quite literally, he subdued the reptile and prevented any harm to the residents or the animal. Well, a guy in Massachusetts struck gold with a $2.64 million lottery jackpot using the same set of numbers he has played for over 3 decades. Kevin Connor revealed that the numbers correspond to his wife's former phone number, a sentimental choice from the early days of their relationship. And speaking of lottery, there were no winners in the Mega Millions jackpot on Tuesday, so Friday's jackpot will be at least $627 billion. Get your tickets. This show is not sponsored by the Mega Millions in any way, and we receive no compensation. An Australian surgeon reportedly allowed his teenage daughter to participate in a surgery that involved drilling a hole in a patient's skull. The incident took place at Graz University Hospital in southeastern Australia earlier this year. Following a forestry accident, a 33-year-old man needed immediate surgery due to serious head injuries and was immediately rushed to the hospital. Reports claim that the surgeon let his 13-year-old daughter take part in the operation, during which she allegedly drilled a hole in the patient's skull. Although the surgery was successful, the patient remains unable to work due to the extent of his injuries. Investigations are underway, and both the surgeon and another employee have been dismissed by the hospital in connection to the incident. In Tampa, a routine dog adoption meet and greet took a dangerous turn when a woman pulled out a gun after things didn't go as planned. The Rags to Riches Animal Rescue Group was conducting a session to see if a 2-year-old rescue pug named Bluey would be a good fit for a potential adopter. However, things escalated quickly when the woman refused to give back the dog and brandished a gun. According to Dominique Amorosa, who runs the animal rescue group along with her mom, the woman became aggressive when they explained that it wouldn't be a good fit due to her having multiple other dogs. The situation took a frightening turn when the woman pulled out a gun and threatened Dominique. Thankfully, a neighbor intervened and called 911, leading to the woman eventually giving back the dog and leaving the scene. The Tampa Police Department is currently investigating the incident. WNBA star Angel Reese has ventured into the world of podcasting with her upcoming show, Unapologetically Angel, joining the trend of athletes starting podcasts to extend their brands beyond sports. Reese's foray into this medium has both sparked interest and controversy. In a teaser video, Reese promised to spill the tea and share her unique perspective. While the move seems natural in today's sports entertainment universe, some have questioned her decision, especially considering her rookie season performance on the court that has left room for improvement. Critics took to social media to suggest Reese focus on basketball rather than podcasting to combat what she calls false narratives. Patrick Mahomes Sr., father of NFL star Patrick Mahomes, has avoided jail time after pleading guilty to a third DWI charge. The 54-year-old was arrested earlier this year in Texas with a blood alcohol content of 0.23. Mahomes Sr. faced serious consequences for his third felony DWI arrest, but he managed to secure a deal to stay out of prison. He agreed to a 5-year probation sentence with intense supervision in the first year. During a routine traffic stop, Mahomes Sr. exhibited signs of impairment, admitting to consuming alcohol before driving. Authorities found an open 16-ounce Coors beverage in his vehicle, leading to his arrest on February 24th. All right, back to the wacky side of news. In Japan, a man burned down his parents' house trying to get rid of a mosquito. After spraying pesticides all around the outside of the house trying to kill the mosquito, he lit a cigarette and sparks from the lighter ignited the pesticide fumes. Thieves stole an entire 30-foot bridge in Bosnia. Over several days, the group dismantled the metal bridge, transporting the parts to a local junkyard and sold them. A 65-year-old woman was arrested for public intoxication at Nashville International Airport. Witnesses report her behaving erratically near a Southwest Airlines gate while holding an American Airlines boarding pass. Officers noted multiple signs of intoxication, including her inability to comprehend their instructions and her difficulty walking in a straight line. During the interaction, she also urinated on herself. She was charged with public intoxication and booked into jail. It's a crime wave hitting neighborhoods in Fresno and Clovis, California. A mysterious porch pirate is stealing items right off people's doorsteps, from chairs to plants to packages. One victim had 2 folding wooden chairs stolen from her front porch in broad daylight. Security camera footage captured the thief in action, a white woman driving a blue Prius casually walking up to the driveway and snagging the chairs before quickly fleeing the scene. Several other residents in the area have reported similar thefts. A 30-year-old Nashville man found himself in hot water after a single-vehicle car accident. When officers arrived, Samuel Berry claimed that he crashed while talking to dispatch. Officers requested his driver's license, which he gave them. When asked for his insurance, Berry mistakenly provided his health insurance details. Officers, noting the smell of alcohol, questioned Berry's alcohol consumption. He admitted to having a drink or two. Gotta love these Nashville people. A 32-year-old Nashville woman was arrested for domestic assault after a heated argument with her husband turned physical. Abdi Issa reported that his wife, Muna, struck him with a bed frame pole, causing injuries to his leg and finger. Despite Muna's denial of physical violence, their son confirmed Muna hitting Issa with the pole. Following the altercation, Issa left the scene and fell down the stairs. Despite conflicting statements, Muna was considered the primary aggressor and was taken into custody. A woman in Maidenhead, Berkshire, England, got a huge surprise when she unexpectedly gave birth to a baby in her tent while camping earlier this month. Zoe Doyle, who had no pregnancy symptoms, initially attributed her stomach cramps to a dodgy chicken carryout from the night before. Despite experiencing regular periods and flying to Turkey just 2 months before the birth, Zoe had no inkling of her hidden pregnancy. She had noticed some weight gain but dismissed it as indulging in more snacks. Then, early one morning, Zoe woke her husband, Stuart, for help when she noticed a baby's head. Suddenly, Zoe found herself delivering baby Haley in the tent. Now, I've never been pregnant, so I don't know how that works, but you got to be pretty dumb to not know that you're pregnant. Here's some troll comments we dug up from some, let's just call her bigger lady at the airport.
So I just posted this video not too long ago about me putting on slip-on sneakers at the airport, and I want to share some of the crazy troll comments and my replies. This guy said they needed 9 TSA agents for the pat down, to which I responded, they just throw me on a trampoline and see what shakes out. If you fall, are you able to get back up? No, that's why I keep a forklift on standby. You know she's sad inside. Are you referring to all the children I ate? If so, then yes, lots of sadness happening in this body of mine.
Gotta love this audio of a lady talking about her cheating husband in Arkansas.
My husband cheated on me with his cousin. So my husband's name is Matthew. He is 26, and my name is Lily, and I am 24. And we are from Arkansas, so let's blow this up so his family actually knows why we got divorced. Because I'm tired of him running his mouth around this town saying that I'm the one that cheated. All because he does not want everyone to know that he cheated with his first cousin. Now, how did I find out? Oh, baby, now you listen to this. I was on a spa day with his mom, Mary, and it was supposed to last longer, but I wasn't feeling good. So I came home, and I saw a random car in the front yard, and I was like, what in the world world is this? And then I also heard laughter coming from the backyard. So I checked the backyard before even entering the house because I did not want him to catch me spying. I saw him and his cousin in the pool kissing. His first cousin, might I add. So I call him and I see him scramble to his phone, telling her to be quiet because it was me calling. I said, "Hey, honey, what are you doing?" He said, "Oh, I'm just in the pool. How's your spa day? When do you expect to be back?" I said, "Oh, probably in like 5 or 10 minutes. I'm coming home early. I didn't feel good." So I see them start freaking out and trying to gather all of the evidence so that way she could leave. Meanwhile, I'm just waiting on the front porch. They come out and they try playing it off like she was just there to hang out, have some cousin bonding time. I mean, that's not how I bond my cousins, but whatever. Then I tell them I saw everything and they begged me to keep it a secret.
Well, if you think the tipping culture has gotten out of hand, listen to this.
So tipping culture in the United States has gotten out of control. I went to get my eyebrows done today, and you know how when you either use Apple Pay or insert your card on the little machine behind me, the tipping screen pops up. And typically it suggests 15%, 20%, 25%, or custom. Nope, not this lady. 75%, 85%, 100%? Is she okay?
And here's our favorites, the Holderness family, back with a pumpkin spice latte song.
Yeah, yeah. It's not yet September, and it's warm till November, but it's here on Tuesday. Pumpkin spice latte. Yeah, I love my Starbucks, but pumpkin spice sucks. I don't want it in my coffee. A pumpkin spice latte. Tell me why you can't just order a flat white. Tell me why you can't just order an iced chai. Tell me why I never wanna hear you say pumpkin spice latte. It's hot, I'm sweaty, but it's here already. Yes, I know it has popularity. The pumpkin spice latte. Tell me why there's gonna be a long line. Tell me why I'm gonna be here till 9. Tell me why this thing is way too sugary. A pumpkin spice latte. I know that there's lots of things wrong in the world, more important than coffee, yeah. I know that old men dancing in parking lots is not what you want to see. I gave my order to you, a simple nitro cold brew. There you are.
Honey, I thought you wanted to try a pumpkin spice latte. It just tastes like fall. I love it.
Don't wanna hear you say nothing but a heartbreak. You're making a mistake. It's got 400 calories. Pumpkin spice latte.
Okay, thanks for watching. My husband's completely ridiculous. I love a pumpkin spice latte. I love it. It feels like fall, even though it's 97,000 degrees. I don't care. What about you? Do you love it? Where do you fall? What about you? Why do you hate it so much?
It's gross.
I love it.
Check out the wholethennisfamily.com.
Well, scientists have found that human beings age faster at 2 points in their lives. A study shows that humans have 2 faster bursts of aging at 44 and 60. Most people age the fastest waiting for the last hour to pass at work on Friday. Police are investigating after a man walked into a Popeyes fast food restaurant in Indianapolis with a gunshot wound on Saturday night. Yeah, when the cashier saw the man, they automatically asked, "Do you want fries with that?" And this week, back in 2005, the first A380, a wide-body commercial airplane, was unveiled in France. The A380 is the world's largest passenger airplane with a seating capacity of up to 853 passengers. Yeah, with two of them constantly kicking the back of the seat in front of them. And this week, back in 1965, Bob Dylan was booed at a concert in Forest Hills, New York, for playing an electric guitar. It would be almost 2 decades before fans came to their senses and instead booed him for his singing. Country singer LeAnn Rimes turned 42 the other day. Rimes rose to stardom, becoming the youngest country music star since Tanya Tucker in 1972. Yeah, when she makes a wish with her birthday cake, it usually leads to someone getting a divorce. Justin Bieber and Hailey Bieber just welcomed their first baby. The child has his mother's eyes and his daddy's inability to make good music. Researchers say your social media habit could be making you unhappy. I think that's crap, and I'll be absolutely crushed if my followers don't agree. Eating disorders are on the rise among the nation's children. In a related story, researchers are now categorizing devouring your weight in Cheetos while lying on the couch and playing Xbox as an eating disorder. Insiders say Rachel Zegler is so bad in the forthcoming Disney Snow White she had to be reshot several times. And unfortunately, Alec Baldwin was busy. For the second straight summer, the bottom of the ocean has been rated the top place to visit if you're a billionaire. The CDC says the U.S. birth rate is at a new low. Data shows the U.S. birth rate fell by 23% between 2007 and 2022 and dropped again this year. Experts say we'd be at a population zero if it weren't for Nick Cannon and the Kardashians. A bald eagle thought to be injured has now been deemed just too fat to fly. Wildlife officials in Missouri say that the bird was unable to fly after eating too much roadkill. Yeah, we can relate. We've all been to Golden Corral. And this week in 2012, the first interplanetary human voice recording is broadcast from the Mars rover Curiosity. Yeah, it said, do any of you Martians know where the nearest Starbucks is? According to a survey, about 25% of people say money is more important than family. Yeah, because with enough money, you can always pay babies to call you daddy. Experts say eating an avocado daily improves your ability to concentrate. In related news, eating an avocado daily improves one's ability to concentrate. And we've all heard Jennifer Lopez is getting a divorce from Ben Affleck. Yeah, her divorce from reality happened some years ago. Chick-fil-A is moving aggressively into the entertainment space and will launch its own streaming platform. Not to be outdone, Hulu has decided to sell overpriced, greasy fast food. Demi Lovato claims she's now engaged to be married. I'm so happy for them, said a time traveler from 2009. Netflix wants to sponsor a presidential debate between Trump and Kamala and title it Orange is the New Black. Someone asked me if I had plans for the fall. It took me a moment to realize they meant autumn, not the collapse of civilization. And now it's time for DaWack In Da Morning, world-famous horrible scopes. If today is your birthday, you are a Virgo. All the ideas you have ever had will be totally blown out of the water today. You may find solace in someone's choice of underwear today. Waiting for that important email will take precedent over waiting for junk mail for the first time today. Starving yourself does not help you lose weight. In fact, it can be very detrimental to your health. You ask any dead person and they'll say, yep, that's right, I'm very thin. Libra, Superhero Day is your own invention, and as such, not a free pass to wearing your underwear on the outside. Everything you do today will be a lousy job, and the effort would be best spent surfing websites about hogwash. Animals can be your friend this week as you learn what it's like to live in an alley. Scorpio, the words you use to describe yourself may have to be revised today after suffering what can only be described as hell. Music is likely to help you through today, so try to listen to as much as possible. Sagittarius, if you're ignorant, are you blessed? Only with ignorance, my stupid friend. Personal warranties don't mean that you're ever going to get your money back on that piece of crap you bought from the man in the funny hat. You are incredible. Capricorn, Wensleydale is a good smell for you today. Other odors may leave you feeling poorly. Sasquatch will not befriend you and live peacefully in your house. Remember, his/her sweetness is your weakness. Aquarius, the sun doesn't wear a hat, and it's probably not a good idea to play with it. Much of what you believe now will later be shattered by an obnoxious man who will probably wear glasses and have a distinct lisp. Distinguished guests will honor you today with their presence. Pisces, cat hair is an excellent source of breathing problems. Gambling with your possessions always seems like a good idea at the time. However, you should be aware that much of your meddling will eventually lead to a loss of limbs for someone. Cartoon fun can be yours if you pick up the right set of pencils and think really hard about drawing. Aries, hair can be red, hair can be blue. You have some hair, and I have some too. Do what you feel is right in your heart. You must be cautious to ensure that you can make a quick getaway should unexpected events occur. Taurus, come-overs will suddenly attract you this week as you attempt to get a hospital appointment for an eye problem. If you never liked sprouts before, try them again. Your tastes may have changed. The word wobble might mean something to you today that it simply hasn't meant before. Perhaps it's true that you're not the immense stud you once were. Gemini, you yearn to be a farmer just so that you can be outstanding in your field. Tomatoes can be your best friend. Go red for the day. This horrible scope is not sponsored by Heinz or the Communist Party. Your lucky drink today is V8. Cancer Moonchild, don't shun your naked body. Express yourself in lots of new happy naked ways. Compact discs are very shiny, but using them to attract seagulls in order to bludgeon them to death with your shoe is neither good manners nor entirely legal. Oil in your lamp may keep you burning till the break of day, or it could spill over and set fire to your new shoes. And finally, Leo, whenever you feel unhappy today, smile and go to the toilet. This action should turn things around for you. Liven up your day by putting party balloons all around your desk. Today might surprise you by quickly changing the color of the clouds, perhaps for up to 10 seconds. And those are your official DaWack In Da Morning horrible scopes, and remember,
Don't leave home without them.
A nose picker by day, a bedwetter at night. It's Zach DaWack.
Well, that does it for your Friday show. You've been listening to the Always First, Never Last podcast with me, your host, Mr. Zach Wackalina. Be sure to connect with me at ZachDaWack.com. That's ZachDaWack.com. Or call 984-DaWack1. That's 984-329-2251. If you like the show, subscribe to it, please. If you like the show even more, please leave me a great review. Thank you for listening. I'm out of here like Vladimir. Until next time, and there will be a next time. Don't forget me. I won't forget you. I'm Zach DaWack saying if I'm lying, I'm dying. Grits ain't groceries, eggs ain't poultry, and Mona Lisa was a man. I'll be back Monday. No, I won't. I'll be at the beach. I'll be back Friday. Same whack time, same whack channel. Whack out.
Happy Labor Day! Bye, buckaroos!